So if you're wondering what your ex is thinking, it doesn't really matter. What matters is what she responds to. And she doesn't respond to a weak guy who's sad, who's not confident, who doesn't know how to decide, is indecisive, and a guy who's constantly looking for ways to change her mind. If you want to get her back, remember, woman responds to masculine. Masculine doesn't mean be aggressive or be violent in any way. Masculine means be decisive, be grounded, understand your emotions, don't act needy, don't act desperate, and kick her off pedestal. So if you want to get your ex back, watch this video. The first thing I want you to remember, if you're wondering what your ex is thinking right now, it really doesn't matter, because first of all, we can never tell with certainty what she's thinking. We can make assumptions. We can guess, for example, okay, she might be very happy that the relationship finally ended and now she's free and she doesn't have to go through your bullshit. When you meet somebody, at first, she doesn't really care because she doesn't love you. Then things change. If you do everything right, she falls in love with you. And you guys get close and you become important for her. You start a relationship. If things go well, if she stays in love, if you do everything right, if you're masculine dude, if you're kind, if you love her, if you're not needy, then she stays in love and everything goes well. But if you make mistakes, then attraction or trust goes down and she disconnects. And then she disconnects, she naturally doesn't care about it much. That's why she can move on, that's why she can break up. And if you want to get her back, you have to get to a place that you both think about the relationship the same. If she thinks the relationship is just something that was in the past, but to you it's the most important thing in your life, what is that dynamic? You think about it. What kind of dynamic is that? Do you think she's ever gonna come back? If that's a dynamic between you and her, of course not. So you have to build the right dynamic, and you cannot fake it. This has to be done the right way. You cannot fake how you feel all the time. You have to work on how you see the world. If she's on a pedestal, if you think you will never ever be able to meet somebody like her ever again, which most people do after a breakup, they think she is the one. She is my twin flame. There's nobody else who is the mother of my kids. You can have all of those reasons, and you can actually feel that woman is the most important thing in the world, and nobody will ever take her place. But that emotion is the block that creates the resistance. In reality, there was a day in your life that this woman didn't exist. You didn't know this woman. You were fine. You were fine. This person wasn't that important. Today's the same, dude. This woman, look, I don't know your ex. You don't know my ex. These are just women out there. If you want to build this idea that there's nobody else ever as good as her, you only block yourself. And you push her away, because nobody wants to be on a pedestal like that, to be with somebody who's below. She will date up. So if you put her on a pedestal, she would look down on you and she will not even consider you as a potential, no matter how much good background you have together. So you have to kick her off pedestal by breaking this limiting belief that you have, that you think she is the queen of everything, because that's not true. And you know you were happy, that you had happy days in your life before you met her. So you need to have an open mind. The same way you met her and now you have these good feelings about her, you can meet somebody else and have good things about her. If you don't adopt that belief, dude, you're screwed. You, my friend, are screwed. That women want a guy who's confident. If you think about your ex, she doesn't want to be with anyone who is in this state of mind. She doesn't want to be in any situation that she has to sit next to a guy who is sad, who has regret, who has anxiety, and he's sorry about everything that happened and constantly talks about it. She wants to be with a strong guy. And you're going to understand that women have this incredible ability to just switch off the emotions and just move to the next part. For example, most of the time guys ask me, hey, what happened that she's suddenly so strong, she doesn't even think about what we were together for 4 years, now we broke up, and now she seems fine, she's seeing somebody else. Because there are a few things here you want to pay attention to. First thing, she doesn't make the decision of the breakup right then. Women are really smart. She thinks about it a year before she wants to break up. She starts a process of recovery. I remember I was with a girl, her name was Carol. An incredible woman. This is many years ago. I was with her, and I started to notice, it's about 6-7 months before the breakup, I started to notice she's crying a lot. I said, Carol, what's up? Is everything okay? Is something bothering you? Nothing. She didn't tell me anything. Then 6-7 months later, she made a really clean cut. Just simple. And I was so shocked because we lived together for 2.5 years. Everything was great. It's just gone just like that. Now you're in a position that she's moved on. She's with somebody else. She doesn't respond to you. She's not reactive to what you tell her. and you're stuck, you're sad, you lost your confidence, you feel upset, you have anxiety, you have regret, you have all these nights of terror, it's because you're not in sync. She's way further in the process of moving on. That's the very important thing to remember. And if you want to get her back, if you want to get back to your life, you have to deal with this emotion before anything else. Do not communicate with her if you have anxiety. Do not communicate with her if you're sad. She's not your emotional support right now. It's a huge mistake guys make. They go and say, hey baby, listen, it's us. We build this thing together. We have dogs together. We have kids together. She doesn't care. If she made the decision of breakup, she doesn't care. You're officially at war. And the only thing you can do is to weaponize yourself. Weaponize means getting rid of the negative emotions, bring your confidence back, and move on with your life if you want to have anything with her or with any other woman. Because where you're standing right now, it's not going to help you. Being confused, not knowing what to say, not knowing what to talk to about, not knowing how to text, not knowing how to deal with your despair and anger and sadness, this is not going to bring her back. So, mission, should you choose to accept, you have to start working on your emotions. If you don't know how to do it, get my book. The link is in the description. It's free. That's the first thing. Second thing, I want to tell you about a rule that I call the coffee rule. Give you an example. A guy messaged me. I said, Ben, I sent her this message. Then she sent this. Then I'm thinking maybe I should put this emoji here before I send this. Then he crafts this crazy message, send a message, then he doesn't hear back for 2 weeks. I said, Ben, what happened? The significance of your relationship to her is as important as a cup of coffee to you. How much do you care about a cup of coffee? Not much. This Sunday, I have a group call, and this group call is like a round table. I'm gonna bring 4 of guys that I've been working with for past 5 months, and another 4 guys on this site that I've been working with for 4 months. The guys on this site have completely moved on. Happy. 3 of them are with new women. 1 of them got back with his ex, and these guys on this side, all of them are still absolutely miserable. And I want to talk and connect these guys and say, dude, and they kind of know each other because they're in the program. In the program, we do weekly group calls. And I want to talk, I want to get these guys to talk. I'm going to step back and say, dude, what changed that you going from absolutely devastated, losing your family to another man, and absolutely terrorized every night, not sleeping? What happened that now you're happy after 4 months? Let's talk. Let's see what these guys did that these guys didn't. And I already know the answer. You know what's the answer? If you're suffering, it's because you're not that connected with your emotion. If it goes more than a couple of months, if it's been 3 months, if it's been around that time and you still feel like the day one, dude, you gotta start working on your emotions. Only you can change this. And the power is in your emotions. The power is in you recognizing, understanding the emotions, and changing how you feel. All of the negative emotion, anger, sadness, jealousy, despair. I quite often get this question from guys, oh Ben, she was really interested, she came over, we had a glass of wine and we also kissed, now she backed off and I haven't heard from her in 2 weeks. Dude, that's the nature of the game. That is the nature of the game. There's a book called The Female Brain, read the book. You will notice, and if you're experienced with women, you realize her emotions change all the time, like the sine wave. So you cannot expect her to be consistent all the time. These things change, and if you've heard this before from me as well, I wanted to just keep this as a reminder. Remind yourself, these things change all the time, because our default is that we want to be with somebody who's stable. Because us guys, we communicate pretty flat. We experience less range of emotions, but women experience much wider range of emotion. So if you talk to her, most women might think that guys are flat, they don't really feel much. And to us, we get confused. Why is she hot and cold? She's just experiencing more emotions. So if you're wondering what your ex is thinking right now, it really doesn't matter. Because first of all, we can never tell with certainty what she's thinking. We can make assumptions. We can guess, for example, okay, she might be very happy that the relationship finally ended and now she's free and she doesn't have to go through your bullshit. Or you can think that she's sad. She might be missing you, which is true. If you've been together for some time, she might be actually missing you, or you might think that she's actually confused because she has this mix of emotions. She feels sad, then she feels happy, then she goes out with her friends, she thinks about you. All of these things happen. She thinks about getting back together, but she remembers why you guys broke up. It doesn't matter what she's thinking, because the only thing that you can change is how you are, how you feel, and how you do things, and you bring your value up Like I always say in every single video, this is a value-based relationship. Relationships are based on value. If you can provide good emotions, good vibe, good lifestyle, if you can create good things around you when you're with her, good emotions, good whatever, then you're attractive. But if you're heavy, if you're sad, if you're miserable, if you constantly have financial problems, if you have problems with your relationship with other people, if you're struggling with life, then you become low value in her eyes. It doesn't matter what she thinks. All you need to focus on is you, yourself, your emotions, and how you live your life. Another big question that guys ask me is, Ben, how can I change your mind? Very simple. First, be consistent. Show up. Make a good lifestyle for yourself. When you wake up, build your routines. Go to the gym. Look good, look great. Have good energy. Be a decent person on your own. Work on your confidence or your confidence, both internally and externally. Understand socializing. Don't be socially weird. Take care of all of the things that you need to take care of in your life first. Then she will notice. Now you might think, oh man, but we don't see each other. There are many ways that you can do things, you can make changes that she will see. For example, this guy was telling me, oh man, I don't even know how I can tell her because we don't talk anymore. I said, well, are you Facebook friends? Yes. Does she check your Instagram? Sometimes. Dude, that's it. Just post certain things on your Facebook or Instagram. Certain things, not to get her attention, just for yourself, things that you need to do for yourself. There are a list of things that you can post that I give you in a program. If you don't have it, link is in the description. Make sure you read my book first. Another big question that guys ask me is that, Ben, she doesn't reply to my messages. What should I do? Dude, just think about it. How? Oh, so I'm gonna wrap this video. Remember, everything is about your energy. If your energy is high, if you are positive, if your life is going in a good direction, if you're not affected by this breakup, then the chances of you getting her back will be extremely high. But that's step one. If you lose yourself in this breakup, the chances of you getting her back will be lower and lower and lower. So you have to first get yourself back. And you cannot get yourself back if you're not confident, if you have low self-esteem. Work that first. When you take care of that, then you can do all of the things that get her to come back to you. If you want to start, if you want to know how you can do it, get my book. The link is in the description, and there I'll show you step by step how you can get her back. This is Ben. See you in the next video.